Perfection, provocation, and the limits of beauty. What happens when beauty becomes too precise to ignore? And what if that beauty forces you to question what you are even allowed to look at? Few photographers have embodied that tension more than Robert Mapplethorpe. His work exists in a space where elegance and controversy are inseparable, where classical composition meets modern confrontation, and where the human body becomes both sculpture and statement. Born in 1946 in New York, Mapplethorpe came of age during a period of radical cultural change. Art, identity, and sexuality were all being redefined. He did not simply witness that shift, he placed himself at its center. Early in his career, he experimented with collage and mixed media, but it was photography that gave him his most precise language. A camera that could isolate form, freeze gesture, control light, and remove everything unnecessary. What emerged was a style defined by clarity and intensity. Mapplethorpe's studio portraits are almost architectural in their precision. Faces are carved out of shadow and light. Bodies are composed with a sculptor's attention to proportion. Nothing feels accidental, but it was his nude studies that brought him lasting fame and lasting controversy. In these images, the human body is stripped of narrative context. There is no background to explain it, no story to soften it, only form, presence, and gaze. Some viewers saw beauty, others saw provocation, but Mapplethorpe was not interested in comfort. He was interested in control. Control over composition, over lighting, over the exact moment an image becomes unforgettable. His floral photographs, often lilies, orchids, and calla lilies, reveal the same obsession with perfection. At first glance, they seem delicate and restrained. But they are just as deliberate as his portraits, studies in curve, shadow, and erotic suggestion translated into natural form. The flowers are not a departure from his nude work. They are a continuation of it. Different subjects, same language, line, surface, tension, and balance. During the 1970s and 1980s, Mapplethorpe became closely associated with New York's underground art and nightlife scenes. His portraits from this period document a world that was both highly expressive and socially marginalized. These images later became central to national debates about censorship and public funding for the arts. Some exhibitions of his work were protested. Others were defended as essential expressions of artistic freedom. The controversy reached a peak after his death in 1989, when a major retrospective sparked legal and cultural battles over obscenity, government funding, and the role of art in public life. But reducing Mapplethorpe to controversy misses something essential about his work. Because beneath the shock, there is discipline. And beneath the discipline, there is a search for form so refined it becomes almost abstract. His photographs ask difficult questions. Where does art end and provocation begin? Can beauty exist without narrative justification? And why does the human body, when isolated and precisely framed, become so powerful, and sometimes so unsettling? Mapplethorpe never answered those questions directly. Instead, he built images that forced viewers to confront them. Today, his legacy remains complex. He is studied as a master of photographic composition, a controversial figure in debates about censorship, and an artist who pushed the boundaries of how the human body could be represented in modern art. But perhaps his most lasting contribution is simpler. He demonstrated that photography is not neutral. It frames, it selects, it defines what we are allowed to see, and how we are allowed to see it. In Mapplethorpe's world, beauty is never passive. It is structured, intentional, and impossible to ignore, and once seen, it does not let go.